Hello, I'm Lillian, CEO, Lenia Handcrafts. The last time I talked about starting a small business, especially in the crafts field, and today we are going to look at how to stay and keep yourself motivated in your business. The reason why we start these businesses many a times is to gain financial independence. Others just use it as a chance or opportunity to pursue their passions and interests. Others are tired of the 8 to 5 o'clock job and they want to become their own bosses. And others are keeping it as a side hustle, as well as others are keeping it as a backup plan in case the job they are having maybe is terminated. So it's very important to be motivated, because lack of motivation can lead to the collapse of your business. It will make you to lose interest in the business, especially now that if you start facing challenges in your baby business, you may really lose the zeal to push on with the business. So it is very important to motivate you so that it keeps you flowing with your business. So today I've come up with some ways how you can keep yourself motivated. First of all, you need to set clear goals. Set smaller goals for your business. How you are going to achieve your goals. Maybe make a to-do list and say, for instance, maybe at the end of this week or this month, I need to have reached a certain amount of customers. Or maybe at the end of this month or at the end of 6 months or 1 year, I needed to have saved this much so that I can use it to add more stock or to expand my business. And maybe also set deadlines when maybe you need to employ new staff. So these goals have to be simple, they have to be specific, they have to be measurable and achievable. Don't set goals that are really too high that you may be challenged and you may not be able to achieve. So one step at a time. When you achieve this, then you can go to the next level. So when you set that goal and you achieve it, it is going to motivate you to keep on improving and coming up with better goals which you can easily achieve. And then you also need to have a healthy work-life balance. You need to balance between your work and your leisure time. Don't be those people who are always just, you work from morning to morning, you sleep overnight, maybe a customer has given you many orders, you continue to work. That will really give you a burnout. So you need to set clear terms for your business and a clear timetable. You need to know when to rest and when to work. You can take some mini vacations and take some days off to rest. Like for me, if I'm worn out, usually I listen to my body. Much as I may have some orders, I will say, let me finish these orders and then I can rest maybe for 3 days or even at times 1 week. I will not engage in making those craft items because sometimes it is so draining since you are using your hands. And you find when the whole body is paining you. So you need to listen to your body. Give yourself time to recuperate so that you don't burn out and you can continue being motivated to carry on with your business. You can also create time for your social life. You should not just bury yourself in the business that I'm too busy. Every time they call you for maybe a wedding, you are not attending because you are too busy. So create that balance, because at the end of it all, if you are not socializing with people, you are not going to meet new customers. So motivate yourself, create a balance between your work and your leisure time. And then of course, when you've started a business, sometimes it is a small business, but you also need to be motivated to expand your business so that you can also be able to achieve in terms of finance as well as other aspects. You can enroll for let us say mentorship programs. You can enroll for those programs which teach entrepreneurship as well as financial literacy. So that will keep you knowledgeable in the field and where you need to have improvements, because they say knowledge is wealth and information is power. So whatever you achieve, the knowledge you achieve, you put it into use in your business so that you can move higher up in that business ladder of yours. And then if you are stranded, don't just die with your problems. You can open up probably to friends or to family. And most of the times there are people who don't really trust friends and families in things to do with business. Some will say when you're having challenges, you don't consult people. But please don't die alone with that business of yours. Seek help from your family. Probably they'll advise you, or your friends or your workmates. They can be the very people who will give you market for your business. They can advise you where you need to go, so that way you will be able to achieve some sales and keep the business floating, or get new ideas from your acquaintances so that you can be able to continue with your business. And then also you can involve yourself in those motivational programs, or having literature, reading literature which is having those quotes, the inspirational quotes, motivational quotes and words from people who have been successful in businesses, those people whose businesses have now been somewhere there up the ladder. You can be motivated by them. Maybe some of them have success stories to give you, the challenges they had before they started their business or as they were going on with their businesses. You can get some few things to read from there so that you can be able to apply it in your business. Aside from that, I think that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for all the business owners, the small startups. I wish you success in all your endeavors. Please don't give up. Continue motivating yourself. If other people have achieved, you too, you can achieve. Don't just give up. Continue achieving. Continue motivating yourself. Continue learning from other people who have succeeded. Continue learning from your weaknesses. Continue learning from your failures. Let the failure not be discouragement to continue with your business. Please keep up with that business. Don't close it up, because they say 90% of the businesses actually in Uganda which start, they don't live to celebrate their first birthdays. Why? It's because most times people are not motivated. What motivates them is the financial aspect. But if you have set maybe a goal of achieving this very much amount, maybe someone has put a capital of 50,000, let us say, to start a business. They want at the end of the year have achieved like 5 million in savings. At the end of the time, before maybe 5-6 months, you find when you've not been able to achieve. So please let us set those goals which we can achieve and keep pushing on